Hello, this topic is about living in London, and I will share my experience with you, my lovely audience. And also, I'm happy to hear your experiences. Maybe you lived for some time in London, maybe you plan to move here, or maybe you're just about to leaving London. No matter where you are in your life right now, let's connect, let's talk about things, let's exchange ideas. But back to the topic, I moved 2019 to London because I wanted to have a more international life. I wanted to live in a global dynamic city where English is the main language. And what was the most important point back then? I wanted to leave Germany because Germany, oh my God, it's all about rules, complying. It's also very cold from the environment. You suffocate in rules and compliance, in bureaucracy. Everything takes super long, and I realized I cannot continue with this. So I came to London 2019, and I realized very positively it's a very big city, and people, they don't care. They don't tell you every day, all day long, like even adults, like you feel in a school class, what to do and what not to do. You have to do this, you have to do that. So almost they put the finger on you, and it's absolutely insane. So I came here. It was really refreshing for me. And yeah, I realized people are busy, and if you're busy, you don't care all the time what other people do. You don't tell them all the time what they have to do, what shouldn't they be doing. So it was actually a feeling of relief. But then life in London can be very tough. So I will share the positive things, and also I will share the negative things, and I don't make this video too long. Overall, I lived 4.5 years here, or a bit more than 4 years in total. And I lived between as well in Spain and in Dubai. Please let me know if you want to have a video about living in Dubai, if you want to have a video living in Spain. In future, I plan to live in Istanbul, and then I plan as well to live maybe for some time in Mexico City. I have not been to Colombia yet, but that's also a bit on my list. But anyhow, please let me know what kind of content I should share about living abroad and living in different countries, because I'm all about having a location independent life. I'm all about learning about new cultures, learning new languages, and seeing different parts from this beautiful world. But back now to London. I'm just still in London. I plan to actually go this summer and continue working for myself from Istanbul. So if there is any audience by any chance in Istanbul, please connect with me. I would like to meet there, and to connect with also like-minded entrepreneurs, digital entrepreneurs. It will be my pleasure. I learn a bit Turkish. Turkish is hard, it's not that easy, but actually I learned Spanish in under 1 year, so it will be achievable. Nothing is impossible. At least I will be able to order some food in Turkish and to say hello and goodbye. But it's easier to understand first, and then you start at some point speaking. All you need to do though and to consider is to live in the country you want to learn the language, because if you don't live there, it's really hard and it's really frustrating to learn the language remotely. But back to the topic. I moved here 2019 to London. It was always like a hate-love. I left London, I came back to London, I left London, and I was for some time in Spain. Spain is quite, in comparison, boring. I mean, it's, for British retirees, it's a nice life there. Sometimes young people enjoy it there, but it's slow. It's very different from the environment, and I have fire, and I'm more quick and passionate. And so, well, London has at least some energy. And I've been in Madrid. Madrid is the capital. In areas like I literally would see so many grandmas and grandpas, and I felt, wow, even though it's a capital city, it definitely feels so wrong. I need some energy again. And so I went back to London, and in London everything is fast paced, on the fast track. But yeah, I've seen the goods and the bads. Everyone as well, if they work in an office, they are more or less eating on their desk, and in Spain they have a nice long breakfast, and sometimes they even disappear after lunch. But I don't go too deep into this right now. But anyways, the mindset is ambitious, moving forward, but the mindset is also only grinding in the hamster wheel, and people are so stuck in this that they don't see the bigger picture. That's maybe the downside of having a life in London, because it can be extremely stressful. The positives are, it's one of the most, or maybe it's the most dynamic city in the world. I would say maybe it's more dynamic than New York, because I've spent some time in the past in New York, and New York is super dynamic too. I don't know, but actually it doesn't get boring in London. So if you seek excitement, if you want to go out, if you want to go to different restaurants, well, London has all the options. Now, people are ambitious. You can meet a lot of people from different cultures. I always say, in London, the world comes together. Definitely that counts for London. In London, the world comes together. New York, maybe not so much than London. So therefore, if you want to learn from different cultures, if you want to make friends all over the world, London is not the worst place to be in, to be honest. But then you need to have a very successful business, or you need to have a lot of money, either from your own business, from family, from whatever resources, because life in London is very, very expensive. Same like for Dubai, because I've been and lived for some time in Dubai. Same for New York, same for Tel Aviv. Some places, I did not go to Hong Kong or Singapore, but it's well known, or Switzerland, that they are among the most expensive cities in the world. So the positives are most, or under the most dynamic and vibrant cities in the world world connects in London. There is no place then you can meet more people from more different cultures than literally here in London. But then the downsides are high cost of living, high stress, high pollution, high crime. It's so sometimes stressful. The cars come from everywhere. If you're not careful, if you're maybe 1 minute distracted because you think something, your mind is with any topic, and it's your mind is occupied with your thoughts, or it's super dangerous, because literally the cars come from all sides. I have never realized this so aggressively than in New York as well, and in London here. Yeah, unless maybe you are somewhere in Bangladesh in a street, but I have not been there, but I know it from seeing it on videos. But yeah, it's a stressful life. High pollution. Each time I left London, my hair is beautiful, soft, and the skin, no spots, spotless, and wow, in a good condition. But here I needed to buy myself a filter, because to filter the unclean hard water, that you have actually some softer water and all this dirt out. It's so dirty, and the whole air is fully polluted. There is no fresh air in London. They have beautiful parks here, Hyde Park, Regent's Park, Richmond Park, many parks, Battersea Park, other parks, many parks, Greenwich. But maybe if you're directly in the biggest park, even in Hyde Park, there's one corner where the air is a bit better, but around Hyde Park, it's full of cars. It's main streets, cars like there is no tomorrow. So it's hugely polluted city, high stress, high crime, a lot of stabbings, a lot of robberies, a lot of, also with gangs. But I don't go into this, it's not really my topic, but actually, you see a lot of things happening on the street of these crimes, and it's not the safest environment. So I have never felt safer than actually being in Dubai. I would say Dubai for women, it's a paradise. It's so safe. And not that someone comes here and wants to attack you in London, but you see all the crimes. And I know that some women at some age want to plan a family. And then you ask yourself the question, do I really want to raise my kids in such a city? Do I really want to see them growing up here? No, you really don't want. Some people, they go to Dubai. Some people, they move to Oman. But Middle East, nice, safe, right? And it's clean. On top of this, London is not a clean city. So the pollution, the crime, the stress, a high cost of living. One of the worst things, no fresh food or fruit. The best food in Europe, in my opinion, you get it in Spain. The Spanish empanada, the Spanish gazpacho, that's just a joke more or less, but you get it there. But the seafood, salmon, so fresh, vegetable, fruit, everything fresh produce. Like no matter what you eat, watermelon, mango, everything, papaya. If you see a watermelon here in London, it looks watery and it barely looks like a watermelon, but definitely it doesn't taste like it. Anything you get in the supermarket is imported, because don't forget, London is on an island and they need to import the food, so nothing is really fresh. Each time, so many months here, now I came back from Barcelona to London in February, and then, oh my God, the first month it was okay to eat this kind of food, but now it has been almost 4 months, and I just wish to leave the country to have some better food. And yeah, I want to have a more relaxed life again, at least for some time. So it's always good to travel. And also what I forgot to say, what I want to say is, nothing is perfect. If you live in Dubai, it comes with up and downs. If you live in Spain, there are upsides, downsides. If you live in London, there are also things to complain. Because if you come back here, or often I hated London, but then I missed London. But then I came back and then I started, I don't like this about London, I don't like that. So therefore, this is my life I want to create for myself. Not that other people should follow what I want in my life, but I want to have this location-independent life where I live actually maybe 4 months in Istanbul. Then I come back to London, because London will always be in my heart. London became my home. I don't have any more attachment to my country. So I'm German. And yeah, I'm also German in my passport. I'm 100% German, but not from the way my personality is. I don't really feel I can align with the German values, some of them, with the restrictions, with the rules, with some of the opinions. I don't see myself really sometimes as a real German, even though I am. So London became home for me since I'm here since 2019. And now I go, or I would go to, now I don't go, but I was in Germany in January, and it felt so wrong. It felt like, actually, I felt like strange in the country I was born. So there is no attachment, nothing. But I need to admit I have a little, or more than a little attachment to London, because I went to so many things here, to positive, to challenges, but London became my home. And I always said I will, at some point, because I was then here back again and I was here very long, I never go back to London. Never again. This is so toxic. No more London. And I always came back to London. I always came back. And now I know myself so good that I don't say anymore I never come back to London. But I realized London is a fantastic city, but not if you're here the whole year around, 365 days. Therefore, as well, if you're in other places, now I need to learn the language, because I don't understand Turkish well. I don't speak Turkish. And the Turkish people, I'm very lucky, because we have a lot of them in my country, in Germany. So a lot of Turkish people moved to my country. And in Istanbul, often young people, they don't speak English. So what to do? I can also speak Spanish, but they definitely don't speak Spanish. They don't speak well English, or sometimes almost no English. What to do? And then actually, that's the lucky point of it. A lot of them live in my country. So they realize immediately, if I try to say something in English, because I don't speak their language, oh, she must be German. She has this strong German accent, even if I don't like to have this, but obviously people will still recognize me on my accent. It helps, because so many Turkish people live in my country or have relatives in my country. But the point I'm wanting to making here, no matter where you live, in America, in South America, maybe South America, or not maybe, there is a lot of, it's risky, it's not really safe, and therefore a lot of South Americans actually moving to Madrid and buying up Madrid and properties, because it's more stable, more safe there, also with the politics, than in South America. But no matter what you do, actually in any city, in any country, there are ups and downs, positives and negative. Too long London gets too stressful, but no London at all, also not a solution. at least not a solution for Vanessa, because I have an attachment now to London, even though sometimes I hate it or I don't like everything. But therefore, what is the ideal world? The ideal world is you establish yourself a life that is location independent, and then you're able to live and leave whatever you wish to. London, you can go to for some time to any country you wish, and then you can leave again. So a bit here, a bit there, but I would say the best ratio probably 3-4 months in one location and then 3-4 months in another location. And also I hope at some point I will have friends all over the world, or in all places I intend to stay longer. That's always London. Obviously now I want to leave London the next week or in 2 weeks for Istanbul. So I want to be in London, then in Istanbul, and then my mind is with Mexico City and also Brazil. And yeah, no matter where I go, I hope I will establish a group of friends. I will spend longer time in other places, because now it was again London, before it was Spain. And then, yeah, this is the life of Vanessa. And this was my story about London. It has a lot of positive aspects, a lot of negative aspects, but it's about the time. How long are you in a place? And if you're like myself, you're free, you don't have any kids, you are having not many commitments other than the commitment to yourself, then living a lifestyle like this is not the worst idea. What do you think? Where did you live? What were your experiences? Did you learn different languages? Did you see different countries? Did you actually live there, work there, study there? Or do you still thinking about it? Let me know.